After the discussion of sidq, truthfulness, we come to the discussion of Inaba, again within the beginnings of the journey. So we stated that a wayfarer is like somebody who undertakes a physical journey. They appoint a goal. This, in our terms, is having faith. Then they resolve to journey, and that resolution, that resolve is for being stable in journeying no matter what comes their way. Then comes the intention that I have to get to my objective at all points, and my objective is absolutely reaching God, not for anything less than God, such as paradise or fleeing from hell. After that comes truthfulness, that am I intending my objective sincerely? Am I giving myself over to God? Am I doing anything for myself as opposed to doing it for God? After this comes the component of Inaba, yearning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, when He says that He misguides who He wishes and guides who He wishes, He further qualifies in other verses that He does not misguide save the corrupt at heart. And He guides to Himself those who yearn Him. May yunib, anaba yunib. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَنِيبُوا إِلَىٰ رَبِّكُمْ وَأَسْلِمُوا لَهُ. Yearn your God and surrender to Him. And He says, وَمَنْ جَاءَهُ بِقَلْبٍ مُنِيبٍ. He who comes to Him with a yearning heart. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, وَمَا يَتَذَكَّرُ إِلَّا مَنْ يُنِيبٍ. None is mindful save those who are yearning. So now you might say that there is an intention that we want to reach the absolute. Where does Inaba come from? Inaba actually is more than just an intention. Intention can be something that is rational and intellectual. Inaba is something more psychological, spiritual. It's a yearning of a mother to be with her child, or the yearning of a child to be with his or her mother, or yearning of the lovers of Imam Hussein to be with Imam Hussein. It is that restlessness within the heart that drives the soul towards the objective. And this is something that becomes the agency for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to pour His grace and to absolve the human soul from its inadequacies and to lure that soul and to bring the soul to its completion. That yearning has to be there. Beyond the rational want has to be a psychological, spiritual want to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In our terms, it means involving God at every level of human existence. The example might be befitting here, that when a young person falls in love, he or she will always see their beloved within their mind and in their heart, no matter what they do day and night. So when they behold the beautiful scenery, it will be accompanied by the thought of their beloved. When they eat food, it will be accompanied by the thought of their beloved. In their lonely times, their minds would be involved, and at times their hearts would be feeling their beloved. Inaba actually means this. So that the journey towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is through Iman, is not merely a rational want, but it's a spiritual journey where the individual is giving themselves over wholesomely and fully and through utmost eagerness and desire. Inaba is very similar to Tawbah, but Tawbah will be discussed in the next section. Tawbah is removal of obstacles. Whatever habits and traits that I have that have been formed through my own actions and attitudes, and that further form my habit, whether they're internal habits of attitudes or external habits of actions, these become obstacles. Tawbah is a process of wanting to return to Allah through the removal of these obstacles individually. So I remove from within myself the tendency of rage, intolerance, lying, greed, selfishness, the tendency of distrust, so on and so forth. This is known as the process of Tawbah. So Tawbah is to seek return to God to the active process of removal of obstacles by addressing them. Whereas Inaba is not removal of obstacles, it's an innocent want of arriving to Allah, it's untarnished love of wanting to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At times, as our master said, we will discuss in the issue of Tawbah, sometimes Tawbah needs to be abandoned when the process of Tawbah in itself becomes an obstacle, when it takes away our confidence. Sometimes we need to assume ourselves to be forgiven fully and acquire that level of purity and innocence where we want our beloved and we are going there and nothing is hindering us. Inaba is this.